You got to be best friends with everybody, and we'll see what happens.
Like, yeah, that's why I'm talking to you. Get me in there.
Then I'll be like, that's already whack. None of my regular friends would do that outside of Kinja's.
Welcome back to another episode of Careful Boys. We have with us master motivator Nick Dunn.
Ding, 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 right here.
That's not true.
Yep.
That was so motivating the way you said that.
That's just not true.
Do you really not consider yourself a motivational person? It's kind of your responsibility. You probably took an oath.
He inspires me at the
In
gym.
my own way, I think.
How's that?
I try not to be a hoorah person, but whenever people give their nonsense excuses about why they can't do something, I tell them they're wrong. That's pretty motivational. You think?
It's really good.
I tell them that's false.
All right, so here's the question then. That's great that you should say that. Has anyone ever asked you for advice on something they wanted to do or achieve, but you knew in your heart that they should just not do that?
I think even if they have no business doing it, you still gotta tell them that they can. I think.
Can you motivate me right
You
now?
don't think that's harmful in any way?
Wow.
I think it's harmful, but they're gonna do it anyway, though. I think
I want you to motivate me.
right now.
I'm gonna say this, Nick. I'm gonna try out for the NBA.
I'll say you could probably make the Japanese league.
No, I want to be a part of the American. I want to be a part of the Lakers.
Well, for something like that, I know is highly impossible. I'd say
Can we ask why you think you're good enough for the Lakers?
Because I was born and raised in LA, and it's my dream.
Do you enjoy basketball?
I do now because I need Nick to motivate me.
I'll say, how's your free throws?
It's free. It's free and steady.
That makes me feel like you're not ready to play in the NBA.
Sounds like all air balls.
Yeah, it sounds like nothing but net.
What do you guys say, you two? Because I know I look at the inbox and even I see these messages. Yep. What do you say when people go, yo, it's my dream to be on JK someday?
Aim fucking higher, bro. Aim so much higher in life.
Actually, ignore those. I
That's motivating.
usually tell people straight because I don't think motivation is worth anything. So I usually tell people straight, and then afterwards, I think people need to learn their own lessons because that is where the real motivation comes from after.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
what
If they're worthy.
if they're self-aware?
If they're not worthy or whatever, you know what I mean?
But sometimes it backfires because, go ahead.
Yeah, like let's say that you have a guy that's like super out of shape or whatever. He goes, I want to be a Navy SEAL. I'm like, dude, you're probably is not gonna happen. I would just tell him to straight, right? And he goes, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyways. He goes to boot camp and fails like the first week or whatever, right? That feeling that he just got, what he does with it, whether he gets buried for the rest of his life or he goes, you know what? Fuck those motherfuckers. I'm gonna come back second, third, fourth time like David Goggins. That is way more powerful than anything I can ever tell him at that moment.
So
Yeah.
negative reinforcement's better then.
No, not negative reinforcement. I just tell them what I think will happen, like statistically
Realistically,
or
yeah.
realistically. But there's no amount of things I can say that can motivate them until they experience it for themselves.
That's true.
It's like this. It's like the old story with how Enzo Ferrari tried to get a job at Alfa Romeo. They said no, so he started Ferrari. And then the Lamborghini guy wanted to tell Ferrari his cars were good. He got made fun of. He starts Lamborghini. And then Pagani wanted to criticize Lamborghini. They laughed at him. He started Pagani. And then Hennessy, the Hennessy race team, started because Pagani didn't want to work with him. It is a fucking chain, yeah. Yeah, and it's all stemmed from like the fire that built from like them being like belittled. So yeah, I agree. I think
You
that
need it to
yeah.
get it yourself.
But what if when it backfires? Because those girls, I thought it was pretty cute. They had a presentation and everything, and then they came on JK. I like them, but like there were hella haters, and I was so surprised because I thought JK fans would be more like, dude, how cute! Like they made it.
They think it should be them. A lot of people are like, well, we should be the fans, not them.
Like they want to be the audience.
I think so. I think like
I mean, the audience wants to be the guest. So then they're hate watching because they're like, that should be me. Like when they get the girl, like someone gets the girl that you wanted, like that.
well, maybe not that should be me, but that should be one of us. Whereas like the dude that was day 3 of Anthony should release the shirt. Like a guy like that feels like that's one of us.
I see.
Put him on. He's our guy. But then if it's 2 people they've never interacted with the community wise enough,
In the comments.
yeah, and they're like, who are they? You know, maybe it's like that. I would think, you know. But then again, like some of our greatest fans have never commented one time.
And they all came to the meet and greet.
I know. It's wild.
Yeah. So like when it comes to dance, when you get a message from a guy, and I'm not talking about the people who are already good, but somebody who's not very good.
Yeah, what if they look like this? Like they come up to you and they're like this. Anthony.
Are you still trying to talk into the mic? Is that
Yeah.
why you like that?
But like they walk like this. Anthony, I'm gonna be a dancer.
Bro,
And they're like, my dream is to be on Kinjas.
All right, go ahead, coach. Motivate
they
them.
walk like that?
Yep.
That's crazy. Their dream is to be on Kinjas?
Yep.
And they're just straight up asking you like, hey, like my dream is to be on Kinjas. What do I got to do to get there?
So let me at least give some context to the reality of when those things happen. I'll get 2 different things, right? One, somebody will just be like, my dream is to like be a professional dancer, dance for a living or whatever. And then another might be, which is way more niche, is my dream is to be on Kinjas, right? If somebody's like, hey, like my dream is to be a professional dancer and they're not really good, then I'm like, in my mind, you're already like chasing career and success versus chasing the art. If you don't have the art, the craft, then it's like there's no way you're going to like make a career out of something. You have to have some craft. You don't even have to be amazing. You just have to be like amazing at like your own thing, and then somehow be good enough to also build a profession around that, right?
But you can't have your career before the skill or the craft.
Exactly. So that being said, it's like I feel like there's a generic answer that can be applied to like all manners of crafts. Then you ask something really specific. It's like my dreams beyond Kinjas. My honest answer, which sounds maybe like I'm just brushing it off, but it's also true. It's like I don't make that call by myself. There's a bunch of us, and unless you can somehow organically become really good homies organically with a majority of the guys, like I don't know what to tell you. So if you're like in another country and they're a dancer and they're like, my dreams beyond Kinjas, and it's like you don't even live in the space, I'm gonna be like, yo, like you got to be best friends with everybody, and we'll see what happens.
Like, yeah, that's why I'm talking to you. Get me in there.
Then I'll be like, that's already whack. None of my regular friends would do that outside of Kinjas.
That's when people, you know, are completely out of touch in how this stuff works. But I also don't blame them because they've never been in the system. And so they're just naive. So, for example, I think even with people like maybe people see us as some form of success, but in some like ladders, we're still the bottom run to the other one, right? So when we were doing movies and like writing a bunch, I reached out to one of our friends that I thought we were pretty cool with, and I thought there would be some sort of fast track to it. And so I reached out to him, and I'm like, hey, we have a couple of scripts. We shot a pilot, and is there a way we can like get you in on this and work this together? And he told me something that didn't really click then because I felt like probably what the fan felt. Like, dude, I'm literally talking to you. He goes like, yeah, put it through the channels, and then if it reaches me, it reaches me. And at the time, I was like, what the fuck? That's fucked up. But now that I think about it and having done so much more other stuff in other realms, the system is the system for a reason, and that system is also a filtering system. So if JK at the time continued with the writing path and we continue to submit into film festivals or whatever, we had a project, the project hired like a talent agency to go cast, like let's say CAA was a casting agency, they end up casting this person, boom, we do arrive at that project at that time. That is the right time for us to work together. Now we are peers and not me, I'll suck your dick if you fucking be on our show. But I didn't really understand that way until the later. And then that's when things actually have substance and it's actually possible. So like we can have any regular random fan come on the show, but if they don't have the craft before the career, they might choke and they'll be like, blah, 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 I don't know what the fuck to say. But if they got their way and became, like, let's say Jason Cheney was a fan, for example. He did stand up, all that stuff, put in all the paid his dues, and he has all these comedic chops now. Now he comes on the show, he fits like a natural, and now I understood what he was trying to tell me. You have to go through the system to be in the system.
Yeah, I don't understand how like sometimes there'll be a DM from a guy and he's like, "Yo, put me on JK. I got mad interesting stories. I can come on." And then I look at his, I'm like, "Okay, let's see who this person is." I look at his page, 0 posts, and I'm like, bro, like, yo, to be real, like, do you even like being on camera? Do you even? How come you don't have any posts? He's like, "Oh, I'm kind of shy. I'm more on the private side." I'm like, why do you want to be on someone else's show if you don't even want to? Yeah, you don't even want people to look at you or hear you talk. Like, it's weird. Yeah, it's a strange thing.
And not to say that like, you know, this never happens, but imagine like you want to like date somebody, right? And then you meet this person and you're just like, "Oh man, one day I hope to." You don't go to that person, you're like, "Hey, like my dream is to be your husband." You don't go there right away. You know, like again, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying like you don't start there.
He's too thirsty.
You build a relationship, and then maybe it makes sense that can develop. You know, some of the, even for example, back to the Kinjas thing, some guys that like eventually joined and stuff like that, it's like they never ever mentioned that was their dream. And then it's like we actually just get cool. We build a relationship, things organically develop, and then when we get them down, it's like, yo, like I've always looked up to you guys and I always wanted to be on squad. And you're like, holy crap.
That's tight.
Like that's just dope. Or sometimes it's not even about the craft when it comes to like, you know, just organic relationships. Ryan don't even dance right now. If one day he was genuinely, which officially saying this, right? If one day he's like, "Yo, dude, hey, let me get down with Kinjas," I'll be all right.
What would that change though?
That's the whole point. Like becoming part of the crew is not supposed to change anything, you know. It's not like you just joined the crew now. What you pay tuition?
Yeah, it's like I'm already friends with you guys. Yeah,
You pay tuition or whatever. It's like, no, that's not how it works. It's just like if you belong somewhere, then like, you know, you work your way towards that organically. And I think that works the same way with like people's like dreams. It's not about like end result. It's about like, hey, are you actually in your lifestyle and your choices, you love taking the steps that eventually get there.
That's way more important.
And then like just keep taking the steps. It's never a no. It's just more like if you're genuinely asking me right now and you haven't done like the 100 steps before, right now it's absolutely a no. But if you're just walking in that direction and we meet at the same place, shit.
That's the tough, boring part though. Because like everyone wants to be the millionaire, but no one wants to do the dollar cost average. So they're like, dollar cost average, boring, next. But then that's what it takes, but they just want to be the billionaire.
Yeah, and the people that are the millionaires aren't just like hating it too. They actually somehow fall in love with the dollar cost averaging.
They fall in love with the boring.
And that's how to keep it.
the funniest thing is that when people would ask me, like, I would get a lot of dancers that are like, "Yo, check out this video of me trying your move. How do I do your move?" And they'll do like some shit that looks like kind of resembles something suicidal, destructive, but they got a mat out. They're hella careful. And I'm like, bro, like, I can't give you advice because the reason I danced the way I did is because it matched my personality. If you are careful, it's already not for you. Like, if you're like, "I don't want to hurt my neck though. How do I jump my head?" I'm like, it's already not for you. Like, a guy wouldn't have asked. He just would have fucking did it like the bonehead I was. Or if they're like, how do I get my hair in like you want it? Like, no, that was a rebellious thing I did. I didn't ask people how to do it. Like, it has to match your personality. So like, find your personality, build what you do around that. Yeah, but people are just like, "No, but I saw what you do. I want to do that." It's like, it doesn't fit, bro.
Hey, but some of those guys have gotten close.
Yeah, but then I also don't want them to get hurt. Because a part of why you don't get hurt is because you're fucking crazy. And if you're not crazy and you're careful, that's how the hesitation happens and you know, paralyzed.
That's free game right there.